Real Madrid get an important win against Celta Vigo, 2-1 win with a last-minute goal by VALVERDE. They needed this result. They needed a win after last week's performance, after that terrible, embarrassing defeat to Getafe. You need, the points are changing towards them in Barcelona. Barca gaining points, Madrid losing points. You need a win here, and that's what they did, but not in a fashion that you want them to. Yes, the win's important, but yet again, these wins don't prove just because they win doesn't show the actual negatives about this team and this football club. I hate the way that they play. I hate the way, but let's get to it. This is the La Liga table so far. Barca still have a game in hand as of right now, just 1 point. But after Barcelona will probably win, it will be 3 points, and they play tomorrow against Celta Vigo. Good team, but not having the best of seasons. So anything's possible, but. Let's see how Barca will do against Celta Vigo. Last minute goal from VALVERDE, and it was a deflection, good shot. I mean, you just don't want to rely on these. You don't want to rely on these wins on last minute goals. People are saying there was a foul built up towards the goal, which is not the case. He touched the ball. You can clearly see. Was it Palacios getting the ball before? Everyone's saying, shameful club. He clearly got the ball. Never a foul. So, good play there. I hate these interviews by VALVERDE. I hate them. But winning at the Celta Vigo about Kylian Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, Rodrigo, Camavinga, and Carreras, and many more. I still don't think on paper, you still have top-notch players. And just because you're missing, obviously, don't get me wrong, Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, big name players, it still doesn't mean that these players on the field, on the pitch, should be performing like this. It's just unacceptable from them. And it's embarrassing. They're winning these games at what cost? Playing bad. I mean, longevity-wise, it's not going to help Real Madrid. But one youngster that came in that actually, Palacios, he's been playing here and there for the main team of VALVERDE, has his trust in him. And for me, I think he's looked pretty decent. I think Palacios has, every time he's gotten to the pitch, shows the eager and shows that he wants to get the ball and wants to score and wants to push up forward. And, it's great for backup, I guess. There's just a lot of problems with Madrid as a whole, and producing youngsters, especially at this time, is just not going to work. Really, to an extent, but I've actually been really happy how Cesar Palacios has been playing lately for Madrid. And then another player, Thiago Pirac, who's been, brought up by Xabi Alonso early on season, but never really made it to the pitch. Talked huge, everyone talking huge about Thiago Pirac. And then now you have VALVERDE who's been using him. He started back-to-back games in La Liga. He had a few minutes against Benfica in the Champions League. He's a name in the academy that's been lit up, similar to like Nico Paz. But Nico Paz never really had a shot at Madrid under Carlo Ancelotti. But, it's nice to see Thiago Pirac getting minutes with VALVERDE. Vini says, I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm working hard every day with the staff and my teammates to reach this level. I feel confident in front of goal and strong enough to help the team in defense and attack. I'm so happy that things are going well and I have to contribute to the team's victories. Like it's on and off, really. Like Vini can have a great game one game and the next game is just poor. It's hit or miss, not just Vini, but the entire Real Madrid team. It's really hit or miss from any player. A hit or miss from Fede, a hit or miss from Arda Güler. It really depends. It's just this Madrid team is really inconsistent, individually wise and team wise, teamwork wise, whatever. Vinny states that we want to attack versus Manchester City. We want to dominate. We want to see the great Real Madrid version. That team fights for every ball. Against City, we must be perfect. Now, this is another game. City, I don't want to say they're inconsistent, but they're not to their level. And early on in the season, and especially last season, they didn't look like the Manchester City that everyone knows. But obviously now it's changing with Manchester City. They've been performing a little better. Second place, still in the run for the Premier League title against Arsenal. But they can now with the City team. I wouldn't be shocked if they lost to another, like last season or the 2 seasons prior. If they would, it's rare for them to lose. But now recently they've been losing, and it's doable. So That's something you want to see. But and also Real Madrid really inconsistent, so it's really hit or miss from there. This is how Real Madrid play. A center back passes to a right wing, a right wing passes to a center back, a center passes to a left wing to center back to right wing. It's just repeat. This is how Real Madrid play. There's no tactics, there's no vision. They just play for the win. They rely on individual play, and that's just how Real Madrid rolls. Um, and I could really expect much really from the rest of the season, maybe even next season. They blew their chances on adapting to a new technique under Chabi, and they didn't want to trust that. So that's on them. Chouameni, who's been performing pretty decent these past couple of games, obviously against Getafe, no one for me had a really good shout, but great goal from Chouameni today. He's been seeing backlash, people saying that, he shouldn't be the DM for Real Madrid, the anchor. And for me, he's 100% capable of being it, but I think this Madrid as a whole is messy and confusing, and it's hard for players to, it's hard to be at your best when everyone around you is also not at their best. But great for Chouameni there. And these are the full stats for Real Madrid this season: 38 goals from Mbappe with 5 assists, Vini 13 and 11, and they just see a huge gap. 3 goals, 6, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. There's no sharing around, and is this the problem? People say that, and then you have another game like this. You have a game like last week. I don't think Mbappe is the problem. It's just there's no rhythm to the team, man. There's none. When they play together, when they play separately, it's hit or miss. When they play together, they can have a great game together, Vini and Mbappe. And then Vini can play by himself and have a great game, and then or boom, have a terrible game. And then you can say the same thing with Mbappe. He can play by himself, have a great game, play together with Vini, have a great game, or the opposite, have a bad games on each. It's just this team as a whole. It's really bad, but I can't really do much about that. Their next 4 matches: City, Elche, City, and let's go. It's tough. Madrid lost to Elche earlier this season, so we'll see what would happen there. But that's pretty much today for Madrid versus Celta.